I tried to calm down. But you know, when you have anxiety and your fears suddenly become realized, it's a bit hard to relax your nerves after that. But after about a minute passed, I thought I was ready to go. As I said before, I didn't hear any bumps, so I didn't hit anything, but I expected to at least see the animal keep running to the other side. I didn't. I didn't see much of anything, actually. Weird, but whatever. Animals are pretty skittish, and it most likely just ran away once it saw me barreling towards them. I went to put my car back into drive when I saw something right in front of my car. For like half a split second, I thought it was a coyote or even a wolf, but we don't have wolves around here. It was on all fours, staring at me with its huge and expanded eyes, and had two large ears, a long snout, and dark gray, patchy fur all over its body. Looking a little closer, I could see its extremely sharp claws and something swaying back and forth behind it. And there were some darker parts on it, but I couldn't tell what they were. I was frozen. It was probably 10 to 11 feet in front of me. I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there with my eyes staring at it. This had to be a prank of some sort, but this was no prank. I could tell once whatever it was opened its mouth to reveal its razor-sharp teeth, a gross, diluted tongue that seemed to cut itself as it dragged across the teeth, and what finally revealed itself to be an off-pink tail swishing behind it. Why didn't I just drive away? I know I should have. Believe me, I wrestle with that thought every day. But I couldn't. I sat there frozen as I slowly processed what I was seeing. It couldn't have been a real animal, not one I knew of anyway. It was too unnatural. As it focused on me, I could see its pupils getting smaller. There was no way I couldn't see it. Its eyes were too big. It slowly advanced towards the other lane, more towards the light of my car. It moved weirdly, like it was hurt or something. Now illuminated in the light, it looked like some kind of giant rat. A fucking huge rat. Yes, I know how ridiculous that sounds, but please just listen to me. When I say giant, I mean giant. The thing was like 7 or 8 feet long. Something was dripping off of it, and I found out what the dark parts were. Blood. It was covered in blood. Some parts of its body looked mangled. Was it hurt? Was that its own blood? Or someone else's? Of course, I automatically assumed it was the blood of someone else and began to hyperventilate. I had to get out of there. I didn't know what the fuck this thing was, but I didn't want to stick around and find out. I made a little plan with myself to just bolt when the thing was out of the way, but as I put it into drive, the rat immediately turned my direction and stared at me. I heard these sounds come out of it, like squeaking, and some grunts and hisses. For a moment, the rat got on its hind legs and did some weird spinning motion, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. Now, I don't know why I did this. I literally have no idea, so don't come attacking me for it. I grabbed my phone and took a picture of it. It didn't see me take a picture of it, but as I lowered my phone, I saw it fall back down on all fours and make its way over to my side. My mom's car can get kind of hot, so I had the window down a bit. I kept repeating what the fuck in my mind over and over again as it approached my window. I had a clear view of it now, and the stench that breathed forth at me was the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life. I've smelled some pretty damn horrid things, but this was on a whole other level. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a combination of the stench of dead animals and just general shit. That stench alone was making me want to throw up. I was just sitting there freaking out as it did this. I also heard these wet slapping sounds as it walked around, probably from the blood it was covered and caked in. Now, I'm going to admit something. I was scared. I was fucking scared out of my mind. I'm not the type of person to act like a coward or to be scared all the time, but this thing was so big and scary looking. But for some reason, I still wasn't panicked. Why? I don't know. I couldn't say why, but I wasn't panicking. I was just scared. Maybe my mind just shut down completely, trying to rid itself of such a horrible sight, and now I'm thinking it may have, because as it was practically nose to nose with me, I just remember opening my eyes. It was gone, and I was just sitting there, alone. Where the fuck did it go? I know I didn't imagine it, The mind can conjure up some pretty crazy shit, but not that. That was way too real. I know it fucking happened. I was hyperventilating. I was shaking uncontrollably. I was sweating. I was crying. Everything a person would do when they're that scared. I don't know why I didn't call the police right away. In hindsight, I should have. But I did check to see if I was bleeding or something, because something felt wrong with my leg. But I didn't see anything, thank God. So with that small victory, I was able to calm myself down a little, and by the time I had calmed down, it was about 4 a.m. I just wanted to go home and forget about what just happened. I don't know what the fuck that thing was, but I couldn't take it anymore, and I just wanted to go home and sleep for as long as I possibly could. But it wouldn't be that easy, would it? When I pulled into my driveway and looked towards my house, I immediately noticed something strange. Some of the lights were on and the front door looked like it was gone. Strange. But when I actually got inside, I couldn't fully comprehend the carnage I was stepping into. My house was a total wreck. Everything was broken, smashed, what have you. Everything. I knew my parents were out of town, so it couldn't have been them. Was my house broken into? Great. I get attacked by a giant rat monster, and to make matters even worse, now my house gets broken into. But that's when I noticed something odd, a blood trail, leading down my hallway. I heard some sounds like someone ripping apart a piece of meat and sloppily eating it, and then a muffled squeak. Was it the cat? No! No way! I slowly made my way towards the sound, and when I peered down the hallway, I saw it. Tall body, gray bloody fur. Those ears, ripping pieces off my cat and eating it. I'm not sure if I can ever fully explain what I felt at that moment, but when I saw it, I was instantly fucking frozen. And I was angry. And I don't know. It's hard to explain. The thing just looked up at me as it finished off the last of its meal, and then it made a funny sound. I know it sounds crazy, but I honestly can't explain it. It was like a high-pitched squeak with a grunt, but weird. It was like it was almost impersonating something it knew it shouldn't have been able to make. But it did. It made that sound, and then I was powerless to do anything. The sound made me lose consciousness. I have no memory of what happened after that,